Miller, probably Mike Smith and him are probably the two best, and it makes it a lot easier for our defenseman having him back there. So he brings that dynamic, and we've seen what he's done the last 4 or 5 seasons. He's one of the best in the world, and obviously it's nice having him on your team.
You're doing a piece on number 1 picks in the NHL, and one of them in a select group here. I wonder if you guys ever sort of give a wink or unspoken wink to each other, like
yeah, we have a secret club.
Yeah.
No, I think guys.
You know who they are automatically in a way. Joe Thornton said, "Yeah, we know who."
Yeah, we kind of know. No, I mean, for me, being a big hockey fan, away from playing, you know, and have a good understanding of which guys got drafted where, but. There is, it's a sense of pride. I mean, it's pretty amazing to say that you had the opportunity to get drafted first overall and in the best league in the world. So, it's a rare, exclusive, list that guys. It's one guy a year, so it's pretty special. I think, I wouldn't say that you go around and, like I said, have a club and have secret meetings about it, but guys are aware for sure, and it's a pretty. When you think about it, your career's over and done with, it's pretty special.
There's just Czechs in the first game of the tournament. What do you expect from the Czech team?
Well, we're going to expect, a very good game. I mean, every team in this tournament has the ability to beat another team, especially in a one-game event. Anything can happen, so you got to make sure you're on your game. The Czechs have looked good. They had a great game against Russia. They had another win against Team Europe, so they're probably feeling good about their game. They got solid goaltending, they got some skilled forwards and some solid D, just like everyone else in this tournament. So it's going to be a challenge for sure.
They're pretty underrated in the predictions.
Yeah, I think they were too. They're a team that I think once you get into this tournament, they find a way to get it done in these big tournaments. Like I said, they got some great players, and they may not have some guys that people in North America know who they are because they don't necessarily play in the NHL, but most of them do, and they got some great players. So it's going to be a tough game for us.
You have 2 of your teammates from Tampa there, so what about it? Do you expect?
Yeah. No, I'm excited. Obviously, Suster and Palat, I got a chance to see them in Pittsburgh. They played before us, so there's no friends on the ice, but. As we saw, I think Palat gave Kучеров a little knee there in the one game.
Checking shoes after the game.
Yeah, so it's going to be fun. Anytime you get a chance to play against your teammates, it's fun. There's bragging rights on the line for sure, so we want to make sure we win.
Was there any thought in your mind when you coming off an injury that you wouldn't play this, or was it just something you couldn't? There's no way you could play this?
No, I mean, I knew I was going to play. I mean, I came back and played Game 7 of the Stanley Cup final or conference final, so. Once that happened, I knew that I'd be fine. We had some things to clear up in the summer, which we did, and now I'm just excited to be playing.
How do players weigh the risk and reward? I mean, you guys, Tampa, I think lead the league. You have 12 guys here.
Yeah.
Obviously, the risk of injury, but turning around, you can say you guys are going to be much better conditioned for the season than the guys back home just slogging through training.
Yeah, I think you always try to look at the glass half full kind of thing. I mean, for sure, there's risk. We've already seen, a couple guys get injured and not be able to finish the tournament. But anytime you get a chance to represent your country at the highest level, and this is the highest level right now, that it's pretty tough to turn down. Guys are very proud. They want to represent their country in the best way possible, and that's sometimes you have to take some risks in life and realize. The reward can be great. You can get a chance to play in this tournament and hopefully win this tournament. And then, like you said, you get a chance to probably feel the best you're going to feel heading into a season, having played all these games and gone through a camp. So I think that's the way you gotta look at it.
If you guys were to play Team North America in the elimination rounds, could you sympathize with maybe some of your family or friends who might have some trouble if they're Leaf fans, with Austin Matthews on the team, Morgan Riley on the team, the situation that might put them in?
Yeah, it'll be different. It'll be strange for sure. I mean, I don't know how people are going to feel about it unless it actually happens, but that was one of the dynamics with these two kind of mixed teams. when you get into those situations where you're going to have fans cheering for, their favorite players or their country. So I think maybe they'll do a little bit of both. Maybe they'll want Team Canada to win, but Matthews will score a couple goals in the game. I don't know how you want to look at it, but it's going to be interesting, and we'll see how it plays out.
Take what you've seen from Team North America, anything that you might have seen speed-wise, how they play their game.
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously probably the most naturally gifted skaters in this tournament, and the skill sets there. I mean, we watch their games, and they're just oozing speed and skill. You watch our game against the Americans and see, how physical and you could see the hatred between the two. So, I don't think they've experienced that yet in the tournament. I don't know if they will, obviously, with them being a different type of team. But I think once the tournament starts, it's game on. I mean, teams wanna win. So you're gonna, find game plans to beat your opponent, and we'll see. But they're certainly, one of the most skilled and fast teams in this tournament. They've showed it early on.
12 Ontario guys on your roster and a bunch from right around here, such as yourself. How big is that to play in this building?
Yeah, that's going to be fun. There's going to be a ton of friends and family here to watch. I mean, that adds to, I guess, the pressure a little bit, but it's a good pressure. It's something that forces you to make sure you're on top of your game and make sure you win. So it's a good thing to have.
And any title you can win in Toronto is great, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we're trying to do whatever we can to win this tournament. It's going to be great having it be played here, so I'm excited.
Thank you.
Coaching, I'm glad my son, obviously the rest of the free agency situation this summer. If you were to give him advice, I don't know if you have, but if you were to, what would you say to him heading into? Yeah,
I mean, each guy has a chance to do what they feel is best for themselves and their family. That's what it comes down to. So, if you could go back and do it all over again, maybe you try to get it done sooner rather than later, just because of the burden and distraction it puts on you. But I think when you're at this level, it's a little easier to understand and leave that stuff at home and come to the rink and play. I mean, it's no different, whether you have a contract or not. It's the same game. It's the same group of guys you're going to be around, and you got to go out and perform the same way you did. So for me, it was something that, it was an experience and something that made me, understand, what you wanted to do. Sometimes you got to go through something like that. Sometimes you don't, but it was something that is over and done with now. It was an experience, and it makes you better as a person. It makes you better as an athlete. It makes you appreciate the game that you're so fortunate to play. So, I haven't had a chance to talk to him specifically about that, but if he ever had any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
You mentioned the distraction. How difficult is it to play through that?
Yeah, I mean, it's more so just the questions every day that you get asked about it. For me, it was easier as the season went on to leave that stuff at home, but I'd be lying if I said you didn't think about it here or there, or it didn't keep you up some nights. But like I said, that's life. There's going to be things all the time that you're going to have to worry about, that you're going to have to park when you get to the rink. And if anything, like I said, that this just made me realize that I can get through that situation and still find a way to be
Steven, my question about Nikita Kucherov. First time played against him yesterday, yes, maybe? First time in your career. What do you think about this player and about his contract situation?
Yeah, well, I really hope it gets done. He's an unbelievable player. He's a good buddy and someone that hopefully I can play with for a long time, because I think he's one of the best, and not just best young players, but I think he's one of the top players in the league already. And, he just has that drive to get better. It was a little funny playing against him yesterday. I know it's going to be a little different when the tournament actually starts if we play against them. Maybe we won't be smiling at each other on the ice, but I'm hoping that he can get a contract done, because he's a big part of our success in Tampa.
Because now joke in Russia, if your name is Nikita, you should not have contract with Tampa. Nesterov, Kучеров.
Yeah, I know. We're going to stop getting these Nikitas, I guess. But no, I think they'll figure it out. I think they understand what the team that we have in Tampa and what we can accomplish if everyone's together. So hopefully it gets done.
Steven, we're kind of going into an unknown here with this tournament. But, it's been a while since they've had it, and we're sort of still looking at the possibility of the Olympics. I'm just wondering, from a player standpoint, do you think the two can coexist? That you can play this tournament every other year and play in the Olympics every other year, and for it to still all be,
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, from a selfish perspective, just because of the fact that I didn't get a chance to play in the last Olympics, so I'd love a chance to represent my country there. But, we'll see. I think this tournament, if the exhibition is any indication of how competitive it's going to be, I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be great for the game of hockey. I think, obviously with ESPN now having, the hockey on, it's just going to grow the game even more. So, I think the more tournaments, you don't want to, drown the aura of these tournaments with having so many of them. But if you can have a World Cup and an Olympics and still be, as competitive as they know it's going to be, because of the players, anytime they put that jersey on, it's just automatic. It comes with the territory that they can coexist and still be very competitive.
Generally speaking, players still kind of want to go to the Olympics, right?
I think so. I mean, the guys I've talked to, that's a pretty cool experience in anyone's life to go to the Olympics. So I don't think I've heard any player say, no, I don't want to go. So that's just from my experience. I can't speak for anyone I haven't spoken with, but for me, I'd love a chance to go.
Thank you.
Thank you.